Hello, what is up? What is happening? My name is Ghost the Storm, and the place to be as always. And I'm so glad you could join me for another video here on the YouTube channel. And today I wanted to talk to you about Life is Strange Remastered and what you can expect from it on Nintendo Switch, especially if you are new to the series and never played it before. Maybe you've been a Switch player for the most part and never had a chance to experience the game yet. Well, here is a great opportunity to get into it. So we are using the the little radio studio here in Life is Strange Wavelengths, which is kind of nice and fitting. So we're using this as kind of like a little way to kind of be like I said, for the studio, kind of chit-chatting a little bit. So this is kind of like a little podcast of sorts, you can say. So, but yeah, so we're just going to talk to you about that and get right into it, what you can expect if you are new to the series, and without giving you spoilers. But yeah, so here we go right into it right now. So Life is Strange is basically you play as a girl named Max Caulfield, and she gains these weird rewind powers. And so you have the ability to rewind time as you kind of go through different various situations in life and things like that. So in the town of Arcadia Bay, Oregon. So in Arcadia Bay is it's a pretty place. It's kind of a rundown kind of town too, but it's also pretty at the same time because you have like the ocean view, you have the lighthouse there, you got some forest views and things like that. So it is a pretty town at the same time, and despite the fact that it does have some kind of rundown, look to it at times. So yeah, so that's basically the gist of it. So, but the game is very story driven. So if you've played Life is Strange Wavelengths or Life is Strange True Colors, then and Wavelengths we're in right now, obviously, so then okay, you'll kind of get the idea of what the games kind of are, how they are, and how emotional they are, and the stories and things like that. But some people work backwards. They may say, okay, they started with True Colors and they haven't played the original games. I've seen a ton of people say that, where they said, all right, they've heard the hype around True Colors, they got it, they played it, they say they really enjoyed it, but they never had a chance to play like the first game, the OG game from 2015. So this is a great opportunity to do it. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't even probably play the original game now. Like, I would wait for the remaster, I would say. I mean, that's just me. I mean, you could do whatever you want. Absolutely. If you want to play it beforehand, play the original, absolutely, go right ahead. Please do. But, but since with the remaster coming out, getting a newer, more polished version of the game, maybe you might want to jump in that, while it's coming out in a few months. It's coming out in February. So yeah. But it's basically what it is. It's story driven. It's all about your choices. Your choices matter in the game. So you've seen that before in some other games as well, where the choices do have an impact on the game. But this is like the juice of Life is Strange. It is the juice of the game, as we bobble the bobblehead. Gotta bobble the bobblehead. Ain't that right, Mr. Bobblehead? But yeah, so that's basically it. Is the essence of the game. I kind of joke, it's like the hot sauce. It's like the hot sauce on the chicken. You know what I'm saying? If you have fried chicken, you gotta have some hot sauce on that hot fried chicken, right? So the choices are the hot sauce. It's the Louisiana hot sauce. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what it is. And so your choices do matter. Even sometimes the little choices might matter. And you'll see that on like a little indicator too. It'll let you know and say, oh, this choice might have consequences, what have you. And it's kind of become a signature part of the series when it says that. So it's seen those little loading screens and whatnot. So, or not loading screens, but little indicators on the top of the screen. So yeah, and then you'll know when a choice is a big choice, like a major choice. So, and just like in True Colors, if you did play True Colors, there's going to be major choices in the first game. So yeah, one thing about it, you might call this, I don't know if it's a spoiler or not. I mean, they people already knew about the power beforehand, but you can't. One good thing about the original, the OG Life is Strange compared to like True Colors is that you can utilize Max's rewind power to kind of rewind and change your choice if you want to. So that's one thing. So if you feel some kind of regret with your choice, or you just have a change of heart, you can't go and rewind real quick. But once you leave a certain area, then you can't go back and change it, obviously. So still got to think wisely and make sure, 100% sure, that you're pleased with your choice that you made. So yeah, but no, using that rewind power is kind of cool because you do have that kind of freedom. So it makes it a little bit more easier, I guess you could say, if that makes sense, because it's hard making those choices. It can be hard. We don't know. We have no idea what the implications are. You have no idea how it's going to change the world around you. So that's the thing about it. So it's hard. I always kind of joked it's the Dark Souls of choice-based games. I've always said that. So, and that's kind of the case. So that's one to keep in mind. So if you're, again, this is for if you're brand new, maybe brand new to the series, or and maybe like I said, maybe you played True Colors and you really enjoyed it, or even if you haven't played True Colors, So if you haven't played True Colors, then like I said, this is a little taste here that we're in here in this radio studio. This is in Wavelengths, which is the DLC, so you get a little taste of that. So you get a little taste of what this is looking like, what this is about, and everything else. So I muted all the dialogue, so there's no type of extra stuff you need to be seeing, I guess. So and there's no spoilers or anything, but still, maybe you want to avoid some of the dialogue and kind of see some of the dialogue yourself, so and whatnot. So but you can't hear the music though, and it's got great music in this DLC too. So but yeah, whether you're like, maybe you just got done playing the DLC or True Colors and you say, hey, I really love Life is Strange, or maybe like I said, maybe you're just brand new to the whole thing period, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna go and start with the remaster of the original game and then play Life is Strange 2, and then Before the Storm, and then True Colors, and then Wavelengths. If you want to go that route, you can. Don't forget Captain Spirit as well. That's a really smaller game, or smaller version of. It's like a mini kind of thing. It's like that's kind of like a DLC too. So it's really, really short though. It's probably even shorter than Wavelengths, because Wavelengths here, the game we're in right now, is pretty short. So, but even this is probably not as short as Captain Spirit. Captain Spirit is super short, but sweet. But short but sweet. So you might say, yeah, I want to dive into all these because all these games sound cool, whatever the case is. Or like I said, maybe you got the itch from playing these new games. So yeah, that's for sure. Now, if you are a Switch only player, then you haven't played True Colors yet. But there's have been a lot of people who really want to play True Colors. They really want to play True Colors. They really want to play the OG game and all that type of stuff because they've had a Switch. And the Switch is like their, one of their first gaming consoles they've had in a while. And so, because of that, they've had a chance to play the games. But fortunately, they're going to have all these games on the Switch. The only main game from the Life is Strange trilogy that they're not going to have on there is the latest Life is Strange 2. And there have been some people that were upset about that. So, that their Life is Strange 2 is not featured on the Nintendo Switch. So maybe down the road they might have it on there, but some people are also mad that they didn't have a remaster for True Colors. I mean, not True Colors, but for Life is Strange 2. And to that, to be fair, I will say I think Life is Strange 2 is a little too new. Maybe it's a tad bit too new to have a remaster for it. So I mean, I guess it's been out for like 3 years now, but still, it's like 3 years ago, and it's already getting a remaster. I don't know about that. So yeah, I mean, Before the Storm came out in 2017, so that was only 4 years ago. But I think, Before the Storm, I guess it's just that it was kind of included with the Life is Strange, the original Life is Strange game in a way, because it was so connected. It was connected in that way. So they just kind of packaged those two together because they took place at the same location, same kind of similar kind of stories in a way. You got US familiar characters in there and stuff like that. So even though Before the Storm is not that old, it is, it kind of feels that way because of how connected it is to the original Life is Strange story. That's where Life is Strange 2 is a totally different adventure. So I can understand why they probably don't have a remaster yet for the game, but I think with enough demand, you could see a remaster for Life is Strange 2 as well, which would be cool. I mean, Life is Strange 2 is a good game also. So, but yeah. So that's basically the gist of it. So yeah, but like I said, without spoilers. So yeah, it's basically how it works. Like, girl, you got the main girl there, Max, got rewind power, and then she can rewind time and make big decisions. Then she's got her best friend Chloe with her, and so forth. And Chloe's a great character. Both of them are both very, very great characters. Like once you play that game, you're not gonna forget those characters anytime soon. So that's for sure. They're very, very memorable. So that is for sure. Then their what's the word I'm looking for? Their camaraderie or their chemistry is really good. as best friends, despite how different they are too. They got different personalities. Their personalities are quite different, but they managed to really have a great chemistry and things like that too. So yeah, so that's basically the gist of it. So definitely, if you are a Switch player and have had a chance to play into the games, maybe like I said, maybe you did play True Colors on maybe another system like PC or PlayStation or Xbox or something like that, but you haven't had a chance to play the original game and you're trying to wait for the remaster, then that's how the remaster, or that's how the original Life is Strange kind of goes, or that's part of it, or that's the kind of the gist of it. So if you haven't played any of the games, then feel free to definitely go ahead and just go through your way. If you want to work backwards, start with True Colors, go backwards, play the remaster, or something like that, then yeah, you can do that too. But a lot of people have definitely been itching to get True Colors and the remaster on Switch. So the wait's not gonna be too long. So it'll be a few months. So it'll be coming around the corner. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. And then you got a couple other great games coming out as well. So you're gonna have like Elden Ring coming out in February if you're into Dark Souls kind of games. So you got that coming out in February as well. And then Horizon Forbidden West too, I think it's coming out in February too. So holy crap. So lots going on there. So February's gonna be busy. The whole 2022 as a whole is gonna be busy. It's gonna be insane, absolutely insane. And for the record, I'm just gonna throw it out there too. I do love golf, so EA Sports is gonna have the new PGA Tour game too. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. But you guys don't want to talk about that, so that's okay too. I know you guys don't care about that, so yeah. Hey, I never know. There's maybe some Life is Strange golf fans out there. Any Life is Strange golf fans out there? Any Life is Strange golf fans? No, just me. Okay, maybe it's just me and Mr. Bobblehead. I think we're the only ones that. I think Bobblehead likes golf, right? Right, Bobblehead? No, I don't like no golf. What you talking about? We talking about ghosts. I don't like no golf. Golf is for a bunch of amateurs. Hey, come on, Bobblehead, don't be that way. No cap, off topic though. A little off topic. I know Alex does kind of say that. Alex does kind of mention there's a putting green in the tavern in her room, or like up the upstairs area, and then she'll comment on that and say, oh yeah, golf is basically boring. She said, oh yeah, Gabe can make golf fun. Her brother Gabe is like, oh, Gabe can make golf fun. And it's like that. I'm like, oh. So he says golf is lame. Funnily enough, though, she seems to show an interest in disc golf, because they got a disc golf basket outside, so in True Colors, and so she kind of responds to that and reacts to that too. And so it's kind of funny, because then she'll say, "Oh yeah, maybe secretly I'm a disc golf prodigy." So it's kind of funny how she kind of like, "Oh, disc golf, cool. Regular golf, nah." So and I'm just laughing too, because I also love all those golf references. I'm like, wow. We got disc golf basket and a putting green in the same game. Wow, quite a few golf references there. I love it. I love disc golf too. Disc golf's dope. That's dope. So I know there's probably some Life is Strange fans that like disc golf now. I know there's probably a few out there now, because disc golf is like a lot more people are into that. So and yeah. So disc golf's the truth. They need to have more disc golf video games though. No cap. No cap on that. That is no lie. No cap. So yeah, but once again, just to summarize, so that's basically how it goes. So that's basically how the game is. Let's say if you really want to, you can play the game. If you have not played the original game, you can dive into it. Now, if you will only have a Switch, then you can't play the original game. However, I will tell you it is on mobile as well. So if you have an iPhone or an Android, you can play the game on iPhone or Android as well. It's really incredible how you can play a lot of these console PC games on mobile now. So mobile gaming is fantastic, I think, and it's going to continue to grow and get bigger and bigger. So, and that's really cool right there. That's a cool example of like what the power of mobile can do. So yeah, so definitely if you have an Android or an iPhone, and if you have only a Switch and have no other console, or maybe you don't want to play it on PC or nothing like that, so because PC is not for everybody. If that's the case, then definitely check it on your phone. Your phone, it should take any phone, like it should handle any phone and things like that. So it's not like, because one thing about it is about Life is Strange is that like it doesn't have a lot to it in terms of like power. Like, it's not gonna go and blow up your phone. It's not gonna destroy your phone. You know what I'm saying? It's not that kind of game. Like, it's a pretty decent sized world, but it's not gonna eat up your phone like that. It's not gonna heat it up or nothing like that. So it's not gonna heat up like it's in a microwave or an oven, nothing like that. So no, it's actually not like that. So because it's got the simplicity to it that it makes it easier, I think, to play it on phones and things like that. So it's a weird type of thing. Like, it's a pretty big world. It's a pretty long story for the most part, but it's not overwhelming. So especially because it's got the original graphics too, so the graphical power is not too much, and that's a plus too. So if you had the remaster on the phone, it probably would have to take a little more graphical power, but yeah. So. But you will see some graphical improvements by getting the Remaster 2 on Switch. So you'll see how it looks. And the characters do look a lot different. The characters look different. There's more animation. Like, there's more movements, more animation. The facial expressions are a lot better. So those are some other things that you see with the remaster as well. So you can see better, like I say, animation, better expressions, and things like that. So, and those games are, big on that type of stuff, because the games are driven by dialogue and characters and characteristics, mannerisms. Like, those games are heavily driven by that stuff, because that's what those games are. They are all about that type of stuff, like I said, the dialogue and the characters, everything like that. So it's not like, oh yeah, there's all this action going on and there's gun shooting and, basketballs getting shot through hoops. It's not like sports or action games or adventure. You got Nathan Drake in there or something like that. It's not like that. So it's all heavily dialogue based, story based, and so mannerisms, characteristics, even little things like body language, all that stuff matters, and so they really, enhance that with the remastered edition. So it's something that you could really appreciate, whether you are been a fan of the game since 2015, or whether you are brand new to the game and never even played a single Life is Strange game. So something to definitely appreciate. So, and you can see those screenshots online too, all over Twitter, on their own website. Just by looking up the game at GameStop or whatever store that you may shop at, whatever, they have those screenshots there kind of showing you, okay, yeah, or on the PlayStation Store or an Xbox Store or the Switch Store. So, and you can see the all the screenshots they have for the remastered edition, so for both the original game and Before the Storm as well, and you see those graphical improvements as well. So, but that's all you need to know about Life is Strange. And then, like I said, I told you a little bit things here in the last minute or so about the improvements and things like that, so what to expect. So pretty obvious, graphical improvement, facial expressions, all that stuff. So pretty straightforward, pretty much what you would think you'd expect. But no, I do have another video kind of asking you, the viewer, kind of asking you what you would like to see in the remastered edition. I mean, no, they're probably not gonna really add much to it. Remasters tend not to get a lot of stuff added to it, or remakes for that matter either. But I did ask you on another thing, like if what would you like to see in the remaster? So I mentioned like a photo mode, for example, or something like that would be cool. I mentioned something else too. I think like an epilogue to the endings or something like that would be kind of cool too. So I mentioned that as well. So keep that in mind also, and feel free to check that out if you want to. Just know there are spoilers in there. So if you're somebody that doesn't care about spoilers, feel free to check it out. But if you are concerned about spoilers and you haven't played a single game or haven't played the original game, then you may want to avoid that. If you're somebody that has played the original game, then feel free to go check it out. And it's just a fun little discussion. I mean, I know they're probably not going to add those things to it, but they're probably not going to add anything to it. But that said, though, it's just fun to talk about, and thinking about maybe what would be cool to see in the new game as well. I have a video on that as well, or a stream podcast like this as well. So I got that also. So kind of the same thing. So, and it's focusing on what would you like to see in the new Life is Strange. And I label it as Life is Strange 4, but really it'll be like 3. But yeah, in the new Life is Strange, what would you like to see in a new Life is Strange game feature-wise as well? So, no real spoilers there necessarily, but But in case there are, I can't really remember, to be honest. So just to be on the safe side, maybe avoid that too if you haven't played the Life is Strange game. Because sometimes, man, we may just blatantly just throw out spoilers without really thinking about it. So, so let's keep that in mind. But definitely, yeah, but definitely looking forward to the remaster. I know you guys are too, so it should be a lot of fun when it comes out in February. So, all right, should be a lot of fun. Can't wait, can't wait. Guys, you haven't played the game in a while, so it's gonna be a lot of fun for me too to kind of get in there and kind of get a refresher on things and kind of dive back into the world again. So, so yeah, so I'm looking forward to, looking forward to you guys, getting your hands on the game too, getting your hands on the remaster as well. So it really should be a lot of fun. So especially after the game has been growing all over the years too. So, but I know, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Feel free to subscribe if you want to. You can also go ahead and follow me on Twitter if you want to as well. That's at Ghost Panda Storm. I am extremely active on Twitter, so mostly on a replying standpoint right now, but I do post my own stuff too. But I'm on there. I'm just active all the time. I'm looking at stuff and everything else. I'm crazy. I'm pretty crazy on there. So feel free to follow me there at Ghost Panda Storm. I talk quite a bit about Life is Strange, but I talk about other games as well. If you are interested in those games, I talk about like Elden Ring, the Souls games as a whole. I love the Souls games. And I made that Dark Souls reference earlier to as it pertains to Life is Strange too. I made it earlier in this episode here, this video / radio show, whatever you call it. So, but yeah, but I focus on that too, and Riders Republic as well. Riders Republic is the snowboarding, motocross, BMX game. So those are the three main games. So Soulsborne, BMX, Riders Republic, and then Life is Strange. Those are the three main games I put a lot of emphasis on. Those are the three games I talk about the most on Twitter. So definitely feel free to go and check that out as well over on of Twitter. So one last little thing I'll throw out there, if you're interested, I do on Facebook Gaming on fb.gg/GhostPandaStorm. I also do Arena Free Fire, and I stream that game every week. So feel free to check that out if you are a mobile gaming fan, or maybe you just want to check it out and see what mobile gaming is all about. Feel free to check that out. I'm a big advocate for mobile gaming, so feel free to check that out as well. So there's a lot of stuff going on when it comes to this kind of with this stuff. So with these channels and everything, you're gonna see a lot of different things. So I'm probably gonna be separating channels on the YouTube and stuff like that. So and kind of separate by game, so you guys can like what you want to follow. So. And like I said, then I do the Free Fire on Facebook. So yep, so Free Fire on Facebook, Life is Strange, Soulsborne, and Riders Republic on YouTube, and then I talk about all those things on Twitter at Ghost Panda Storm. So that is where you can find me, total to kind of summarize. So on the note, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you listening, and I will talk to you in the next video or stream. Peace, adios, sayonara. Ghost Panda Storm out of here.